Welcome back to Mass Effect 1 Insane Renegade Run, so named because we are on Insanity mode and we are playing Renegade. If we take a wee look-see, I do believe that due to some potentially morally questionable decisions in the last part, we are building up the Renegade bar quite significantly, although we did get some Paragon points as well. So, you know, we're not like a total lunatic. We definitely built up the Paragon points too. So, last time we went and did Bring Down the Sky, had our first introduction to the Batarians, and their intro went about as well as I always thought it would, with them just, you know, trying to crash an asteroid into a planet and kill 4 million people. But we managed to save the day, like the proper heroes that we are. And today, we're going back to the Citadel. I've decided I can put it off no longer. I was toying with the idea of going to do Pinnacle Station, but I've had a look on the wiki. I've looked up Pinnacle Station, and as far as I can tell, I think it's just a like an arena, you know, battle simulator thing. I don't think there's much of a storyline there, so we're going to leave that for now. We might go and do that like nearer towards the end. But today, we're going back to the Citadel. Some new side quests and things should have opened up for us there. So we'll go and do them. We'll go and talk to Nasana about her sister. We'll go and talk to Admiral Kahoku about his men. And then we'll see where we go from there, I suppose. I should mention that in between parts, I have gone and had a wee chat with all of the squad mates. I went and had a chat with Tally. She was feeling a little bit lonely and out of place, so I gave her a bit of a cuddle. Garrus wanted to tell me all about his strange relationship with his father, because you know how these games go. As a gaming protagonist, you basically just become everybody's onboard therapist. Ashley wanted to quote some poetry at me, because of course she did, and Liara wanted to tell me all about Asari mating practices, because I think she might fancy me. But nothing too particularly interesting. Anyway, yes, onward to the Citadel.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
Oh, hello, Hackett. Oh, I like Hackett. I don't think you ever get to see Hackett in Mass Effect 1, do you? I think he's just a disembodied voice up until, like, the Arrival DLC in Mass Effect 2. I think that's the first time you ever see him. He does have a good voice, though. I think he's got, like, pretty much the best voice in all of the trilogy. Right, yes, you need my help, do you? Well, there's a surprise.
How come every time there's a problem, you end up running to me?
You're a Spectre, Shepard. And this isn't some run-of-the-mill mission. There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live-fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Oh yeah, this is a fun one. This is the one where we get to go to the moon, isn't it? Right, yes. What do you mean it's gone rogue?
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
Can't you disable it remotely?
Our fail-safes aren't responding. The VI operates on a closed network. It can affect any external systems, but we don't have any direct access to its processes. We could bomb it from orbit, but the damage to the facility would be catastrophic. We'd prefer to have someone shut down the core. Someone like you. I know Spectres answer the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
Okay, well, we'll go and do that at some point then. Actually, if I zoom out now, has that opened up somewhere else? Yes, the local cluster, which is home, and the solar system. No, I don't actually want to go to the solar system. Yes, so we actually get to go to the solar system and visit Earth and things and see all of the planets, and it's very, very exciting. But we won't do that now. I'm afraid the Citadel is still calling, so we'll go to the Citadel first, and we'll wrap up all of our stuff there.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Thank you, Normandy VI. You did always exist. I think the last time when she just turned up. Oh, blimey, are you two okay? Are you all right? You look like you were getting ready for a race. Guys, guys, do you want to? Guys, do you want to maybe come out here? Are you just gonna? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave them to it, whatever it is they're doing, and I'm gonna assume that everything's gonna work out fine. Ah, Rear Admiral Mikhailovich. Yes. I don't suppose I can get out of talking to you, can I? No, I probably don't need my helmet on the Citadel, though, do I? No. Take my helmet off, show my lovely hair off. I just like having my helmet on when I'm fighting people because I look more badass. Are those two seriously just... Oh, Liara's popped into existence. Good. Is Ashley going to follow suit? You know what? I'm just going to go and talk to this idiot. Hello. Oh, you've arrived, Ashley. Marvelous.
That is Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
Do you think Phoenix is the type to salute? You know what? I'm going to say she's not.
Admiral, I'm on urgent business with the Citadel. Is there something you need?
Let's get one thing clear, Shepard. You might be a specter to the aliens, but to me, you're just another junior officer. Be respectful. I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
Okay, well, think of it as an opportunity. That sounds like a very rational thing for Phoenix to have said. I had orders, I don't like it either. You know what, I feel like Phoenix probably is quite liking it. She probably is quite liking just having her own ship and running around the galaxy doing whatever she wants, so I'm just gonna go for the neutral option.
Captain Anderson made it clear to me that my assignment came from way up in the brass. They say jump, I say how high.
Remember that when I tell you to jump. I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
Aye, it's not over-designed.
This ship has saved our lives a dozen times over.
An exaggeration. I've read your reports. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
Okay, how to handle this? Well, I could just flat out refuse. Trouble is, the conversation that you have with him is actually quite entertaining. So I don't massively want to do that, but if you do let him do the inspection, you have to pass quite a lot of conversation checks to sort of convince him that the Normandy is up to scratch. But you know what? Sometimes, even when you fail the check, it's still kind of quite fun just to argue with him, even if you don't come out with it on top. So, yeah, I'm going to let him do the inspection.
I'm sure you'll find everything in order, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long. Commander, I'm not happy.
Oh, okay. What's wrong?
Sounds like a fairly common situation.
Commander, I suggest you secure your mouth. It's going to get you in trouble. Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
What if she needs to discuss with the operators towards the bow?
There are no amateurs on this crew. They know to keep idle chatter minimized during combat. And I can bellow with the best DIs.
A fair point. I suppose the design has no chance of becoming standard. No need to worry about a generation of recruits learning things bass-ackwards. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits of element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think it sounds pretty useful to me.
Men of limited vision said the same thing about early aircraft, submarines, and tanks.
There's two ways I could take that, Commander, but that is true. I suppose the early U-boats weren't much better. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment?
Now, hang on a minute. You do realize Liara is standing, like, right there, don't you?
I'm Normandy's commanding officer. The regs state I have the authority to say who does and doesn't come aboard. If you disagree, send a complaint up the chain of command.
Sophistry, Commander. You know I'm right. You want them on board that bad? Fine. Don't quote regs at me. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
Oh, I can pass this one as well. Marvelous.
We showed the Council something they hadn't thought of with our fighter carriers. You may disapprove of Normandy, but she's just another way we're outthinking them.
That assumes Normandy's technologies can become practical in the future. I'm not convinced Normandy isn't a waste of taxpayer money, but I am convinced that you believe otherwise, and that you'll use it to its best ability. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I had planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
Okay, that went better than I thought it would. I didn't think I'd be able to get past all of those checks. Also, I have to say, on this occasion, I think Paragon Shepard handles that better. Like, she just completely... What's strange? Do you want to say something?
Seeing the ward stretching out before you really makes you appreciate the Citadel as a true wonder of Prothean engineering.
Yes, I suppose it does. Thank you for interrupting me to say that, Liara. What was I saying? Yes, Paragon Shepard handles the Rear Admiral a little bit better. She just sort of talks rings around him and makes him look like a bit of an idiot. Whereas Renegade Shepard just sort of seemed to get a little bit stroppy, and for some reason that actually worked. I'm not entirely sure why, but you know. Yes, I'm finding that there are things that Renegade Shepard is handling better, but there are definitely things that Paragon Shepard handles better as well. So, you know. Swings and roundabouts, as they say. Swings and roundabouts. Ah, oh, yes, is that Khaleesa? Okay. Right. I haven't entirely been looking forward to this. Do you think we can avoid her? Do you think I can just, like, not talk to her? That's probably not a thing I could do. Okay, before I step out there, I feel like I need to explain something. So, I wrote an entire fanfiction with Khaleesa as the main character. I've become quite fond of her, alright? I know she's one of the most disliked characters in the entire trilogy, but I've become quite fond of her. I also know that punching her is something of a national pastime among the fandom, but I have never done it, I've never wanted to do it, I've never had any inclination to punch Khaleesa whatsoever, but I am playing as a renegade, and Phoenix... I feel like Phoenix is the kind of person who would maybe punch journalists. Okay. I'm gonna see how this goes. Hello, Khaleesa.
Commander Shepard?
Yes, I like you a lot, I really do, but I don't think Phoenix does.
Khaleesa been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
I could just tell her to go away. Would that just make her leave? I don't know, let's give it a go.
I'm not in the mood, Miss Al-Jalani.
People back home have heard a lot of wild stories about you, Commander. I can give you the chance to set the record straight. What do you say?
I say get stuffed. Okay, yeah, alright, let's just try and get rid of her.
I don't have time to justify myself to your viewers. I have a galaxy to save. Excuse me.
Your choice, Shepard.
Is that it? If we got out of it, will she come back? I don't know. I really don't want to punch her. Actually, you know what? I did punch her once in Mass Effect 3, the first time I played Mass Effect 3. Yes, after you've escaped Earth, and it's quite an emotional moment, particularly the first time you play it, and I was quite sort of fragile at that point, and then she just kind of turns up and starts shouting at you. And I think you have like two opportunities to punch her. And I missed the first one, but went for the second one. And if you do it that way, she dodges you and punches you back, and makes you and just leaves you there feeling like a complete idiot. And in a weird way, I kind of liked the way that played out. It was like my wonderful Paragon Shepard, who never loses her temper and never punches anybody, just sort of found herself at the absolute depths of despair, and she tries to punch this journalist who's annoying her, and the journalist just dodges and punches her back, and she's just kind of left there, you know, feeling all lonesome and sad. And it was heartbreaking, but it was I kind of liked the way it played out. I think that was the moment where I decided I really quite liked Khaleesa. I mean, I never hated Khaleesa at all. For some reason, she just sort of, I don't know. I always have a weird affinity with characters who are sort of meant to be unlikable. I don't know why. I think I just need to be different. Right. Yes, requisitions officer. I forgot to talk to you the last time.
Looking you up.
Okay, that's nothing worth shouting about, really. At least not anything that I can afford. Okay. Where are we going first? I think we will go. We'll go and speak to Nasana. And then we'll go to Admiral Kahoku. Yeah, that's the way around we'll do it, okay. And we'll see if anything else has popped up in the meantime. I'll also go and see if I can shout at that Hanar yet. Because I have increased my Renegade points quite significantly since the last time I tried to speak to him.
In a further development in the Eden Prime investigation, the Council has reportedly revoked the Spectre status of one of its operatives. While the unnamed operative has not yet been apprehended, a council spokesman confirmed that corrective actions had been taken.
Corrective actions, is that me? I think I'm a corrective action. I'm just gonna eat a wagon wheel while this lift's going up, don't mind me. I'm always eating during these videos, aren't I? I've just realised. I promise it's not a regular thing. I don't like spend every hour of every day just stuffing my face with junk food or anything like that. It's just, you know, I happen to like having snacks when I'm making videos, that's all. But yeah, I don't like, you know, eat crap all of the time. Actually, my fridge is mostly full of salad at the minute. I went shopping yesterday and I was walking around thinking about, you know, what to have for lunches and teas and things like that, and I was like, you know what? I really fancy salad at the minute. I think we've moved into, as we move into spring, and suddenly, because you know, during winter when it's all cold and wet and rainy and things, you want stuff like soup and casseroles and hot pots and shepherd's pie and, oh, pastry and mince and things like that. You want warm kind of stuff. And then when the weather starts to get nicer, and suddenly one day you'll wake up and you'll be like, you know what, I could really fancy a salad. That's when you know spring's arrived. When you just find yourself fancying salad. I tell you what else, I wore my Converse for the first time in months yesterday. That's another reason, way that you know that spring suddenly arrived, when you look outside and you think, you know what, it's dry enough, I can probably wear my Converse without worrying about ruining them. I've thrown my second blanket off my bed. I haven't put the heating on in over 2 weeks. I think we're definitely getting into warmer weather time. Right. Nasana, where are you, my darling? There you are. Yes, so Nasana, in case you've forgotten, Nasana contacted us and said that she needed to talk to us on the Citadel, that she had an assignment for us. But before we came and spoke to her, we went and found her sister, who was running a slave ring on a planet and was not a very nice person, and we've got evidence of it. So now we're going to go and confront her about it. So hello, Nasana.
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I'm glad you're here. I must talk to you about my sister Dahlia. She's been kidnapped by slavers.
Yes, so her whole big plan is she was going to tell us that her sister had been kidnapped and send us to the slavers to try and rescue her, and then when we got there, we would naturally just have to kill her. That was the whole thing. She wanted us to kill her sister, but she couldn't just, you know, ask us to go and kill her sister because that would look bad. But luckily we went and did it before her, so, you know.
I killed Dahlia myself, and I know she was blackmailing you.
And I was all set to try to manipulate you into hunting her down for me. But I guess that won't be necessary now, will it?
You wanted your sister dead?
If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
Which is actually quite a clever thing to do when you think about it, because if she puts money in my account, then I can't really report her because it'll look like I was involved. So, yeah, well played, Nasana, well played.
I'm a Spectre, not some merc for hire. I can find credits anywhere.
True, but I'm the only one who can authorize you to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
I really hate Nasana. Nasana's really horrible, and I thought Liara said something to her. Does Liara not... I think maybe if you have somebody else other than actually Liara says something quite snarky to her about their family and or something like that. I can't remember. I remember it was quite entertaining. But yes, that's Nasana. She might turn up again later. Not in this game, but you know, in later ones. Right, level up. Yes, very important level up because I can get another intimidate thing. Which means I should hopefully be able to shout at that Asari by now. Not Asari, the other one, big pink jellyfish ones. Hanar, those are the ones. Okay, so I'll go and shout at that Hanar. I'm trying to think if any other side quests turn up in the interim tab. Wait, are you okay? Okay. You know what? Asari can be creepy at the best of times. We're just not going to question that, alright? Yes, I'm trying to think if there's any other side missions that pop up in the interim time. I've got a feeling, is there not some stuff that goes on over here? I tell you what, we're going to take a swing round this way. We're going to go the long way around, and we're going to see if anything's popped up. Oh, I'll tell you what else we should have done. We should have gone and talked to, what's his name? The Volus guy. Chobin's friend. When we were down in Seasec. Okay, we'll go and do that at some point. Ah, Helena. Yes, of course. How could I have forgotten Helena? Hello.
Hello, Spectre. I have a business proposition for you.
Okay, random woman.
I've got plenty to do already.
Of course you do. But this would be easy work for you, and I pay extremely well. I'm acquainted with a pair of powerful crime bosses. They're hiding on remote worlds, and I have the coordinates. You could do the galaxy a favor.
Okay, random woman. Why does everybody seem to think that I'm just like a merc for hire?
And what do you get out of this?
We share interests in certain cooperative ventures. But their business practices have forced me to terminate our relationship. Once they are dead, I will manage our organization in a more tasteful manner.
She's trying to get rid of the competition, really. Okay.
What crimes did these men commit?
They're red sand dealers who make victims of their customers. Those who can no longer pay are sold to Batarians as slaves. They're loathsome, hurting innocent people. They must be ended.
Wow, Helena, you almost sound sincere. Okay.
I eliminate them and then you take over and try to eliminate me. How stupid do I look?
While I appreciate your estimation of my bravado, I have no intention of attempting to murder you. You are the first human Spectre, and you are doing important work for humanity. I have no interest in red sand or slavery. Anyone who does deserves to die. Our needs are aligned.
Okay, fine. Well, I'll agree to it. We'll see whether
If they're
we
as
actually
bad
do
as you
it
say
later
they
on.
are, they need to be dealt with.
Excellent. Here are the coordinates. When these men are dead, I will wait for you at the third set of coordinates. Goodbye, Commander. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, and that is literally one of the most boring quests in all of Mass Effect 1. You literally just go to like 3 different planets and kill a load of people. It's very, very dull. I probably won't even bother showing you it. And I can't entirely remember, but I think she does turn on you and try to kill you. Like I said, I can't quite remember, but I think she does. Now, are these people having a bit of a chat?
I'm telling you, this is not what Jake would want.
Who are you to tell me what my husband would want?
I'm the only person making sense right now. You're endangering your baby.
This baby is the only thing I have left of Jake.
Okay, should we maybe just, randomly step into this totally private conversation and try and fix it? Because, why not?
I don't care what you think, Michael. It's my decision.
I know you're hurting, Rebecca, but don't let your grief hurt your baby too.
Okay. Well, since we're just deciding to interject ourselves in this, we may as well go all full on, leave her alone.
Is this man harassing you, ma'am?
Perhaps you can talk some sense into her.
I don't need anyone to talk sense into me, Michael. I'm not undergoing the treatments.
My sister-in-law here is pregnant, and she's refused to let the baby undergo gene therapy in utero.
Never mind. Does that mean I just walk away? That might mean I just walk away, I'm not sure. Okay. Well, I don't know, is gene therapy important, particularly?
I thought gene therapy was common.
My husband Jacob died from a rare heart condition several months ago.
There's a chance that the baby could develop the same heart condition, but routine gene therapy can eliminate it.
A very small chance, Michael. And extranet reports say the therapy could harm the child.
It's less dangerous than the genetic enhancements that every soldier in the Alliance receives.
Okay, calm down. Okay, well, let's ask how dangerous the therapy actually is.
What are the chances that gene therapy could hurt the baby?
1 in 300 at most.
But extranet articles say there could still be long-term complications we don't know about. Don't you understand? If my baby is that 1 in 300, I will always wonder if I killed my baby for nothing.
Actually, 1 in 300 is quite bad. I mean, if you had a routine treatment that killed 1 in 300 people, would they actually use it? I mean, yeah, 1 in 300 is although it sounds small, that is still quite bad. Okay, what's the chances of developing the disease?
What are the chances that your child will develop the heart condition?
According to the doctors, there's a 1 in 50 chance. And if my baby develops the condition, medical treatments are available.
Which are nowhere near as effective as simply getting the gene therapy.
Okay, 1 in 50 is worse. I mean, it's not really my decision, is it? And it's not really his decision. Why did I just randomly decide to get involved in this? I don't know. Okay, well, I mean, it's her choice.
It's Rebecca's child, Michael. I think you should honor her decision.
Damn it, she's not choosing. She's acting blindly out of grief.
Yeah, well, you're not exactly sounding massively rational either, sweetness.
Of course she is. So are you. Yelling at her will not bring your brother back.
How dare you? I'm trying to do what's best for the baby.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have asked me to get involved then, should you?
You're afraid you'll lose the baby just like you lost your brother.
This baby is the only thing my brother... It's all I have left of him. I need to know that the baby's safe.
It's all I have left too, Michael.
I just want Jacob's child to be safe. I want to give him that much.
We will. I promise. Thank you for talking with us. I appreciate it.
God, that poor child. Bloody hell. I can't imagine it would be fun growing up as, like, you know, the only thing we have left of the one we loved. That's quite a bit of a responsibility to place on an unborn baby, but there we go. Also, knowing what is coming in the rather immediate future of the Mass Effect universe, it's kind of quite horrible having to sort of talk about, you know, the fate of an unborn baby when, you know, you've played the whole trilogy and you know what's coming and you know what kind of future awaits. It's quite a rough thing for them to have put in, actually, now I'm thinking about it, assuming that they had the storyline, like, fully planned out from the start. Okay, Mr. Hanar, can we have a chat with you again?
Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable C-Sec officer enlisted assistance?
Okay, yes, you're still breaking the law.
The C-Sec officer is just doing his job. You're causing trouble.
This one is too humble to suggest that the C-Sec officer is personally biased. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
Yay, I can pass the check.
I don't care about your intent. You're making all Hanar look like troublemaking zealots.
This one does not wish to prejudice the listeners against the Hanar.
You're worthless. That seems a wee bit harsh. Oh, you know what? I feel like I'm chickening out of a bit too many of the bottom options, so let's just go with it.
You Hanar deserve what you get. You're either too snobbish or too stupid to follow simple rules.
Bit harsh, Phoenix, bit harsh.
This one will obey. It does not wish to prejudice other species against the Hanar. This one departs now, and will not intrude upon the Presidium again.
Okay. Wow, alright, that was, you know, a little bit harsh. I did get a lot of Renegade points for it, though. Let's have a look. That's not me, that's Ashley. Why does it always jump to Ashley? Whenever I have Ashley in the squad and I click on squad, it always immediately goes to Ashley. I also haven't leveled Ashley up. I should probably do something about that. Yeah, it always immediately jumps to Ashley, but I think with, like, anybody else in the squad, it goes to me. It's very strange. Anyway, yes. Ooh, we're like nearly halfway. This is going very well, okay. Makes up for those Paragon points I accidentally picked up last time.
I see the Hanar is left. Thank you.
Somebody needed to set that thing straight, and it obviously wasn't going to be you.
You have already demonstrated your ability. I acknowledge it, and I will learn from your example. Here, for your assistance in this matter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should report to my superiors.
Okay, well that was him told. Ooh, he gave me some Omnigel. That's very nice. I was running a little bit short on Omnigel. Although I did actually reduce most of my inventory to Omnigel after the last mission. Because I didn't have any to fix the Mako with. So yeah, I figured I needed to get some more Omnigel. Okay, go up and chat with Admiral Kahoku. See if there's anything else going on up there. I don't think there is. Go and chat with him and kick that whole quest off. And then we'll head down into the wards.
So, Liara, you've spent 50 years studying Prothean ruins and artifacts.
Our travels now are somewhat different from my normal excavations. I would prefer lengthier studies and fewer explosions.
I think you've spoken for scientists everywhere, Liara.
Oh, I love Liara. Actually, having Liara and Ashley together is quite fun. There's a reason I brought them both on the Citadel, because like they're so different from each other. If you talk to both of them in the same location and get their views on the same thing, it can be quite entertaining. I think we'll do that when we get back down on the Presidium. Oh, there's Emily. She's waiting for us up here. Oh, okay. Hello, Emily. Have you changed your dress?
Shepard, could I have another word with you?
I could have sworn she's changed her dress. Was she not wearing one of the Asari ones before with the holes in it? I'm not sure.
Hello again, Commander. I've got a proposition for you. Since you helped me get information on the crime syndicate, I've gotten a lot more backing from my publishers. I'm investigating traffic controller conditions now, and I wondered if you could help.
Okay, what do you need?
What do you want me to do?
I've heard rumors that the space traffic controllers are overworked to a dangerous degree. I can't get into the control room, but you could. If you planted a bug inside, I could crack the story.
Okay, you would think that space traffic control would all be done by VIs and things, wouldn't you?
Everyone knows space traffic controllers are overworked. How is this news?
There's a difference between overworked and dangerous. Traffic at the Citadel has increased by 300% in the last century, but traffic controller resources haven't kept up. We already have several last-minute wave-offs per week. Do we have to wait for a full-blown disaster?
Okay, fair enough. That does indeed sound worth my time.
I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do. Give me the bug.
Excellent. Just place it on a terminal with a good view of the area. Thanks again for your help. In the long run, this story is going to save lives.
Okay, we'll go and do that in a minute. I needed to go back to CSEC anyway because of, what's his name? But first, we need to go and have a chat with the Admiral. Hello, Admiral.
I'm waiting. Commander Shepard, isn't it? My name is Admiral Kahoku. Is there something I can do for you?
I've got some slight bad news.
You sent a recon team out into the Artemis Tau cluster?
Yes, that's right. They went missing a few days ago. I've been trying to find out what happened to them, but I keep getting the runaround from Alliance brass. Do you know something about this, Commander?
I found them. Well, what was left of them. They ran into a thresher maw.
A thresher maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
I hope you find what you're after, Admiral.
I will, Shepard. I'll let you know when I find anything out.
Okay, we'll be hearing from him later. Is that everything up here? Yes, I believe it is. Okay. Right, so we'll go down to CSEC. We'll do the thing for Emily. We'll talk to, what's his name? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Is there anything that pops up in Cora's Den? I don't think there is. I think there is something that pops up in Flux, if I go and have a look there. But I think that's about it otherwise. I think we're pretty much finished on the Citadel after that. For the time being anyway. I mean, we could go and have a chat with Udina. I think we can talk to him about, like, each mission. We can go back and talk to him. So I could go and do that.
So, Dr. Tassoni, are all Asari biotics? I heard Lieutenant Alenko say something about you not needing implants.
While the Asari have natural biotic abilities, not all have the desire to learn to use their abilities effectively.
Wow. To have so many potential biotics that people can choose not to train, I imagine the Lieutenant would be jealous.
Aw, I don't think I've ever heard that conversation before. There we go. You learn something new every time you play, don't you? You know what? They're actually quite nice together, Ashley and Liara. I think they have quite a nice little relationship. Sometimes not like it's not always the most comfortable relationship. It sometimes gets a bit strained, but the moments where they do interact with each other, it's always quite nice. There's a moment in Mass Effect 3 on one of the missions where they just sort of inexplicably get really snarky with each other, and it's quite funny.
This statue shows how well the Protheans blended function and form. The mass relays were not only their greatest technological achievement, but also inspiration for beautiful works of art.
Wow, that's a bit of an impressive pose I've just managed to get Phoenix in there, isn't it? That's very lovely. Well, okay, there's the thumbnail. Anyway, now, there is somewhere where we can get them both to talk about the lake. And I can't remember exactly what they both say, but I remember it was quite funny hearing the difference of opinion between them. Let's see if... Where would I get them?
Remarkable. Nature and technology combined in one elegant whole.
Well, they've built themselves quite the lake. Wonder if anyone ever drowned in it.
It is so much fun bringing both Ashley and Liara along and just hearing their totally different points of view. I find it quite entertaining. Okay, back down to CSEC then. We'll do our stuff down there, and then we'll have a wander around the ward, see if anything's cropped up. I think Dr. Michelle should have something for us, possibly. Okay, up to space traffic control. Time for me to show off my ninja skills. Plant the bug where nobody's looking. Inconspicuous location. Okay. Everybody, look over there! There we go. Did anybody see me? Don't think anybody saw me. Don't think anybody questions Commander Shepard just randomly walking in here. You would think this place would be, like, restricted, wouldn't you? I mean, I suppose I am a Spectre, but still, I think it would be a bit restricted. I'd love to know what the big empty room is for. I have no idea what the big empty room is for. Sort of, it kind of looks like they haven't finished designing the level, doesn't it? Kind of looks like they just sort of put that in there and went, we'll figure out what to put there later. There's also a lift over here that I can't use, isn't there? Yeah. I always find the lift that I can't use very sad. It's like, oh look, there's a door down there. Can I see the door from the other side? I always hate it when there's bits in levels that you can see but you can't get to. Actually, where would that door even lead? I mean, it doesn't go down far enough to be, like, on the floor of that room, does it? Can I see the door? Does that door just, like, lead into midair? Huh. I want to know what secrets you hold, little door. Anyway, okay, Jaleed, we'll go and talk to Jaleed. Jaleed, hello, how are you?
Hey there. Oh, you're not C-Sec, are you? Did you want something?
I overheard you. Yes, I overheard you like a few weeks ago, the last time I was on the Citadel, but I can't actually remember what you said. So I'm just going to ask who you are.
What are you doing here?
I am Jaleed. I came here to seek aid from the authorities, but they won't listen to me. My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we were friends.
Oh, well, why is he trying to kill you then?
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me at work anymore, and he started following me. Yesterday, he followed me all the way home, just waiting for a chance. I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. I know it.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I assumed that everybody who ever stopped talking to me wanted me dead, I would be one of the most paranoid people on Earth. But okay, what exactly do you want?
Is there something I can do? Talk to your friend, maybe?
Would you? That's all I want. Someone to talk to him. Tell him to leave me alone. He thinks he can just push me around, but you'll show him, won't you?
Yes, I'll show him.
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Well, he wanted to meet with me down in the wards near the markets. He said he just wanted to talk, but I know better. His name's Shorban. He's a Solarian. You shouldn't have any trouble. He's just a scientist.
Shorban. That's the guy who asked us to scan the Keepers.
The Keepers? Well, even more reason to go after him. That's against regulations.
Okay, I can now call Chorban a bastard, despite the fact that I knew full well it was against regulations. I mean, he more or less told me so, but alright.
If I find out he's lied to me...
Anything's possible with Shorban these days. Well, good luck.
Okay, right. So that's the markets. Okay, so we'll head to the wards. We'll go to the markets. Is that cute Asari couple still here? No, they've been replaced with humans. Oh, nobody likes humans. Okay, I wonder if we're going to run into Conrad again. We might, you know. Just have a wee look-see around here. Are you two still arguing?
This isn't a proof of purchase.
It's a bank statement. It shows that I bought something from you when I bought it.
Well, thank you for buying from me, but this still doesn't prove that you purchased that item from my store.
But I didn't buy anything else here.
How do I know that? If you don't have the proof of purchase, I can't help you.
But...
Sorry.
I love these two. They just spent the entire game arguing about this. Yes, Conrad is back. Hello, Conrad.
Hey, Commander Shepard, it's me, Conrad Werner. Remember me?
Sadly, I do, yes.
You were too busy to talk last time, but that's not a problem. I know you're busy being the first human Spectre and all.
Get lost. Okay, you know what? I'll indulge him just a tiny bit, but only because I'm hoping for the opportunity to shout at him a bit more.
There's a lot going on right now. Is there something I can do for you?
This will be fast. I just wanted you to know what a big fan I am, and I was wondering if I could get a picture.
No, you absolutely cannot have a picture, Conrad.
I don't have time for this crap. Go back to whatever hole you crawled out of.
So that's how it is? The rest of us should just let you reap the fame and glory? Well, you're not the only one who can stand up for humanity. I'll show you.
Okay. Bye, Conrad. Oh, bless his little heart. Right, Shorban. Oh, that's a lot of Solarians. Which one of you's Shorban? Is it the one with the quest marker on him? That's probably it. Oh, you've got people with guns. Okay, blimey, hello.
Commander, I wasn't expecting to see you again. Is there something you want?
Drop the act. I want to know what's going on, Shorban.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. My experiments are...
Quit stalling. Jalid told us what you've been up to.
You spoke with Jalid? Then you know about the data?
No, I don't think he did mention data.
Just tell me everything you know.
You boys can go. Looks like my plans have changed. It's not as bad as you think, Commander. Jalid and I just got a little over our heads.
Keep talking.
The company we work for developed an experimental procedure for use in medical scanners. Jalid and I saw even more potential, so we stole the plans and secretly developed a tool to scan the Keepers. Can you imagine? A tool that can actually get readings from the Keepers?
Okay. Doesn't sound massively impressive, to be honest with you.
That's what all the fuss is about?
The Keepers are almost impossible to scan, and you can't capture them or get samples. They just self-destruct. After centuries here, we still don't know anything about them. Don't you see? We were the first to scan them, ever. You've seen it yourself, Commander. You know we can do it.
Okay, and what's this got to do with you trying to kill Jalid?
Why are you trying to kill your partner?
I'm not trying to kill him. Jalid's job was to disseminate our initial findings. But he decided to keep the data for himself. Maybe to sell it. I don't know.
Sigh. Oh, I always love a sigh option.
I should kill both of you idiots.
We lost our heads. We just couldn't let an opportunity like this pass us by. Commander, if you'll just continue gathering data for me, imagine what we might learn. And you'll stand to make a bit of a profit yourself, remember?
I mean, I've literally already scanned them all, but... Okay, fine.
If it'll help further the scientific cause, how can I refuse?
Very good. Maybe if you wouldn't mind speaking with Jalid. The data you're gathering for me is useless if Jalid won't help me analyze it.
If I have time, I'll talk to him.
Thank you. And happy scanning, Commander.
Yes, okay, marvellous. I'm just going to go and sort out every single personal squabble on the Citadel, because it's not like I've got anything better to do. It's not like there's a rogue spectre on the loose or anything. Right, okay, I'm going to have a quick nip inside Cora's den and see if anything's popped up in there. I don't think anything does, but I'm going to have a look anyway. Okay, no, there was nothing new in Cora's den, so I'm just going to go and see if Dr. Michelle has anything to say. Before we go and talk to Jalid. Is everything alright, Doctor?
I need those supplies for my clinic. I can't.
You can and you will, or your story won't stay secret for long. Don't disappoint me, Doctor.
Oh, Commander Shepard, I didn't see you come in.
Hello, Doctor. Are you okay?
Every time I come in here, I see someone threatening you. Who was that?
Someone from my past. I can take care of it.
Well, I mean, I might as well take care of it for you. I'm the protagonist. That's literally my job, just to fix everybody else's problems.
Just tell me what's going on.
I was fired by my previous employer for giving out free medical supplies to clinics like this. They never filed any charges, they just wanted me to leave without any fuss. But somebody must have found out. Now they are blackmailing me. I have to give them what they want. If the board finds out about my past, I could lose my license. They'll shut my clinic down.
Okay, well... I can just tell her that it's not my problem, but you know what? I want to help you, Sweetness, mostly because I think I might get some experience from it.
Maybe I can get you out of this. Tell me what they want.
I have to give some of my medical supplies to a merchant in the markets. They expect delivery today.
Oh, I was just at the markets. You could have told me sooner.
Give me your contact's name. I'll deal with this guy, whoever he is.
Deal with him? But won't they expose my past?
Well, not if I shoot him.
They won't bother you again. I guarantee it.
I see. Maybe it's better if I don't know anymore. I was told to speak with a merchant named Morlan, down in the markets. I really appreciate this, Commander. Thank you.
Okay, I like Dr. Michelle. I think she, I get the impression she was meant to have, like, a bigger role. I mean, I don't know that for certain, but it feels like she was written to have a bigger role. They just sort of never really came to anything. Okay, Morlan. Where's Morlan? That's him over there, isn't it? Hello. This place is suddenly very empty. There was loads of people here before. Okay, this is a little bit ominous. Hello, Morlan.
Hello there. Welcome to Morland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
No.
You were expecting a delivery of medical supplies.
But I was told the doctor would be bringing them.
There's been a change of plans.
A change, but the doctor... This is not right, human.
Shut up, Morlan. I told Baines you'd screw this up. What the hell's going on here? Who are you?
Your worst nightmare? Is she actually gonna say that? Because that is a really, really rubbish thing to say, but alright.
Leave the doctor alone, or you'll have to deal with me.
We can end this if you just bring me those supplies. Otherwise, I'll start telling people about the doctor's little secret.
What, that she got fired for being a good person and giving medical supplies to clinics? Let's see if Phoenix is tough enough to intimidate a Krogan.
Her secret stays buried. Or I bury you.
Hey, hold on! I'm just the middleman here. This is way more than I bargained for.
What, one human with a pistol is more than you bargained for? Alright, like me.
Thank you,
He wasn't
human.
much of a Krogan,
It is
was he?
good to see him humbled so.
I mean, to be fair with you, Morlan, I think he was a bit of a wuss. I mean, I literally just pointed one tiny little pistol at him, but alright, who's Baines?
What do you know about Baines?
I have never met him, human. I only worked with the one who spoke with the doctor.
Okay, so I can't get anything more out of
Goodbye.
him.
Yes, alright then. Good tidings to you, human.
Yeah, so Baines, I believe he feels like he's sort of connected with Admiral Kahoku's quest, but it never really seems to come to anything like you feel it should. I always think that it feels like the quest, or the mission or whatever, was originally meant to be much larger than it actually ended up being. That's what it feels like. Like I say, I don't know for certain, but that's what it feels like. Okay, hello, Doctor. I pointed a pistol at a really wimpy Krogan and he ran away.
Commander, how did things go?
He won't be bothering you anymore.
Really? That's a great relief, Commander. Thank you. I can't pay you for your help, but I can give you a discount on any supplies you purchase here.
Okay, so we can ask her about Baines.
The thug said he worked for a man named Baines. Sound familiar?
Baines? I wonder if he means Armiston Baines. We worked together a long time ago.
What can you tell me about him?
Last I heard, the Alliance military was contracting him for some research in the Traverse.
I wonder if the captain knows him.
We'll see what the captain can tell us.
I wish I could tell you more. Is there anything else I can help you with, Commander?
No, that's
I'll be
marvellous.
going now.
Goodbye, Commander. Nice talking to you.
Okay, so we can go and talk to Anderson. I believe it's Anderson they were talking about when they said the captain. So we can go to talk to Anderson about Baines, and I think Anderson directs us towards Kahoku. If I remember correctly, the whole thing's a little bit weird and convoluted. Okay, do I have anything else that imminently needs doing? Okay, I need to go and talk to Jalid, and I need to go and talk to Emily. Okay, Emily's all the way up in the flipping Citadel tower, isn't she? That's like at least 5 elevator rides away. No, I tell you what we'll do. We'll go up to the Presidium, we'll go and talk to Anderson. Anderson will direct us towards Kahoku about Baines, so then we can go and talk to Kahoku and Emily up in the Citadel tower. There we go. There's a lot of running around in Citadel episodes, but there we go.
Hey, you're that shepherd kid.
Wait, who was that? Was that you? Hello, who the hell are you?
Hey, been a long time, huh?
I have literally no idea who you are.
I'm sorry, do we know each other?
I guess you don't remember me. Lieutenant Zabaleta? I worked with your mother. We served on the carrier Einstein. Well, that was 12, 13 years back, though. You were just a kid then.
Oh, is this the Spacer mission? Right, okay, so every background that you can pick for Shepard, so you can pick Spacer, Colonist or Earthborn, every single one has a mission attached to it, a side mission attached to it. Now, I've only ever played as either Earthborn or Colonist, so I've never done this one before. Well, let's not be too rude to him, let's just say I don't actually remember him.
Sorry, I don't remember you.
Hey, call your mom up and ask. She'd remember old Zabaleta. She'd vouch for me. Look, I need a favor. I'm kind of short on money these days. I hate hitting you up for money, but a man's gotta eat, right? So, could you spare something? Maybe 20 credits.
Oh, I don't like where this is going. Okay, when a random scruffy bloke approaches you and said that he used to know your mother and then asks you for money, it's kind of generally not the greatest idea to oblige him. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I don't know him. I mean, I could lie and say I don't have 20 credits, but that's not very plausible, is it? Okay, no, I'm just gonna refuse.
You are barking up the wrong shepherd. Maybe my mother would help you. I think you'll just blow it on booze.
I'm not a bad guy, kid. I just took my share of lumps. Don't judge me. You ever want to come by and talk? I'll be here. Huh? Can't afford a ticket home, right?
Okay, do I get to go and talk to my mother now? You met a homeless man on the Citadel. He insisted he knew your mother before asking you to give him money. If you want to confirm his story, you could easily contact your mother using the Normandy's FTL com room. Yes, I go and get to talk to Hannah Shepherd now. I've never talked to Hannah Shepherd because she's never existed in my versions of reality. Because, you know, I've never been an Earthborn before. So for the first time ever, Shepherd actually gets to have a mother. This is very exciting.
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Is it my imagination, or was Liara just, like, sexily touching herself throughout that entire news report? Because, honestly, Liara, that was a little bit weird. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see that. Okay. See, remember I said they all have unique animations? Well, apparently that one's Liara's. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. That doesn't seem like the kind of thing I would have missed, to be honest with you, but alright. Where am I going again? Citadel Tower, that's it, yeah. I suppose that is quite an Asari thing to do, but it doesn't feel like a very Liara thing to do. Okay, well, whatever. Oh, into another lift. Is anybody counting how many lift rides I'm having to take during this part? A lot of lifts on the Citadel. Are you doing a sexy pose there, Ashley? Okay, fair enough.
It must be nice to be back in civilization after so long in those Prothean ruins.
No, cities and stations were always my mother's area of comfort. I actually enjoy the solitude of dig sites.
I don't think I could handle that. Eden Prime was as quiet and rustic as I'd ever want.
I don't like cities either, Liara. Me and cities don't get on. I kind of grew up a rural country kind of girl. I used to work in a city for a while. I still have horrible, horrible flashbacks about that. Well, actually, I mean, I didn't like work in a city permanently. I was, my work used to take me to different places, so sometimes I'd be rural. I'd be, you know, out in the sticks on little country roads surrounded by fields full of sheep. That was always very nice. Sort of little villages and hamlets and things. But then, like, the next week I'd be working in the city centre, and I never enjoyed those weeks. Those were not good weeks at all. I definitely preferred, being out in the country rather than being in the city centre. Emily, hello. I did your thing.
I'm already getting readings. This is gonna make a great story. Thank you so much for your help. Here, this is everything I've got from my publisher's budget.
It was no problem. Good luck with your story. It deserves to be heard.
Okay, oh, I got some Paragon points for that. Well, that's alright. I can take a few Paragon points when dealing with their thing. Admiral Kahoku isn't here, and I hadn't talked to Anderson anyway, so, you know, my plan of talking to Anderson first and then going to talk to Kahoku, well, I apparently forgot about that along the line, but Kahoku isn't here anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, are we done? I think we might be done. I think I'm just gonna go back to the Normandy and have a wee chat with my mother, which is very exciting. I've never done that before. And then I think that's kind of it. Like, okay, we could go and talk to Udina and Anderson. And we can ask Anderson about Baines, but all he'll say is that I should talk to Kahoku, and I think I've missed my chance to talk to Kahoku. I think once you've talked to him the first time, he's just gone now and you can't talk to him again. Okay, I tell you what, I'll go and talk to them and I'll just see if either of them have anything interesting to say. And if not, then we'll just head straight to the Normandy. Ooh, there's a thing for me to examine. Okay, I'm glad I came back in here then. I didn't know there was a thing for me to examine. Hello, boys. Are we okay?
I heard what happened under the Artemis Tau cluster. The Council wasn't too happy about the destruction of those Prothean ruins.
Don't blame me, it was a flippin' volcano.
This isn't a game, Ambassador. Shepard's out there trying to stop Saren from destroying the galaxy.
I know. Just try to be a little more careful. The Council's watching you, and we all get judged on how you behave.
It was a volcano! How was I meant to stop a bloody volcano? Oh, alright, hello Anderson, can we have a chat?
Yes, Commander?
Okay, Baines, yes.
What do you know about Armiston Baines?
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
The people I spoke with seemed to think he was still alive.
It's not common knowledge. Military is keeping it under wraps. Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
This is a cover-up if I ever heard one.
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku. One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
I spoke to Kahoku. He never brought it up.
You should mention Baines the next time you see him. See if he'll tell you anything. Is there anything else, Commander?
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Okay, yeah, the Baines thing is weird, just because it never seems to go anywhere. I mean, as far as I understand it, Baines was working on something like top secret for the Alliance. So he works for the Alliance, so the very fact that he's got, like, Krogan blackmailing people for him is a little bit odd. But he works for the Alliance, and he was on some kind of top secret mission, and then he turned up mysteriously dead on a ship, and was discovered by Admiral Kahoku's squad, who then turned up mysteriously dead, killed by Threshermores. Now, I know who's behind it all, because, you know, I've done the quest, so I know all of that, but the actual Baines thing is a little bit weird, because he's sort of, like, mentioned, but then it never really goes anywhere. I feel like it was meant to have, you know, more importance in the quest. I mean, the whole mission to me just feels like it was meant to be expanded on. Like it was meant to be bigger than it actually was. But I don't know. But yeah, the Baines thing is kind of weird. He's just sort of mentioned, but then it's never really expanded on. So, but anyway, I think we've missed our chance to talk to Admiral Kahoku. I think he's just gone now, which is a shame, but there we go. He doesn't say anything particularly interesting. I'm pretty sure he just says that his squad found Baines, and then they turned up dead. So, you know. Anyway, time to head back to the Normandy, I think. Okay, comm terminal. Okay, can I call my
Computer,
mom?
give me a real-time connection to the Dreadnought Kilimanjaro. I want to speak to my mother, Exo Shepard.
Shepard speak? Oh, hi. I don't have time for a personal call right now. I'm on duty.
Oh, flippin' heck, Mum. When was the last time we talked? Okay. Although, you know, I do notice, Mother, that you are only an XO and I officially outrank you. Also, have we even spoken since I, like, became a Spectre? Do you want to mention that at all? Okay, well, I suppose I'm on duty too, you know.
Forget it. I'm busy too. Do you remember a Lieutenant Zabaleta from the Einstein?
Ernesto? Have you heard from him? He was one of the Marines who guarded the CIC. We shared a watch. I lost track of him after there was an incident.
Ooh, okay, that sounds intriguing.
What kind of incident?
You remember the Batarian raid on Mindwar in 2170? You were in high school. The Einstein's task group responded to the Mayday. The Batarians were still pulling out when the Marines hit groundside. Zabaleta was one of the first down. He was never quite the same after.
Oh, he was on Mindwar. Oh, alright. Does that mean that Shepard's mother was on Mindwar? Because since my usual Shepard's mother died on Mindwar, this is messing with my head a little bit. Okay.
I don't understand. What happened down there?
About every abomination that a sentient being can do to another. To a slaver, a person is just another animal. And humans aren't always liked out here. We heard about corralling, culling. They'd shoot those they couldn't use, implant control devices in the skulls of those they could, without anesthetic.
Oh, blimey, yes, okay, that's quite bad. Well, he doesn't exactly seem to be in the peak of health these days.
He snapped after seeing what happened down there.
He tried to keep working, but it rode him. He showed up drunk on duty more and more. We couldn't always cover for him. The Alliance discharged him. Everyone knew he drank because of what he'd seen down there, even if he never talked about it. Especially because he never talked about it.
Well, this is a bit sad. Does the Alliance not, like, you know, have counselling for people? Do they seriously just discharge people and, like, you know, throw them to the dogs without giving them any kind of support? Because that's That's really, really horrible.
He let one experience ruin his career. His whole life.
Not everyone is as strong as you. If you see him, tell him we still worry about him. Tell him to go to the Veterans Affairs office. I have to go. But take care of yourself. You're making us proud. Kilimanjaro out.
Okay, you want to mention me, you know, being a Spectre, first human Spectre, quite a big deal. You maybe want to mention that? No? Fine, okay. Yeah, so that's actually quite sad. He just sort of fell through the cracks. Which shouldn't be allowed to happen, should it? That's not a thing. You shouldn't kind of see that somebody's suffering from post-traumatic stress and becoming an alcoholic and everything and decide, oh, well, he's no use to us now, we'll just discharge him. That's not a very responsible thing for the Alliance to have done. Okay, I'm going to go back and have another little chat with him. Does this lift want to open for me? There we go. The lift just temporarily didn't want to open there, that's fine. It probably doesn't want to let me back on the Citadel. It's saying, no, you should be going and doing main missions, for heaven's sake, woman. You've spent too much time on the Citadel already.
In entertainment news, Francis Kitt has announced plans to direct Hamlet with L-Corps cast members. The production will open dramatic theater to the L-Corps with a Hamlet who uses L-Corps body language and pheromones. Kitt claims that he's also excited by giving a human audience the chance to judge Hamlet by his deeds and not his emotions.
I mean, I would have gone for Macbeth, personally. I think seeing an L-Corps before Macbeth would be brilliant, especially like Lady Macbeth's bits, you know, the bit where she's on the battlements. Oh, flippin' heck, I used to have her speech completely memorised. You know, where she's calling the evil spirits and doing the whole, you know... Oh, flippin' heck, I can't remember it now. I remember unsex me here, that's a line that doesn't leave you. Is it unsex me here and fill me from crown to toe, top full of direst cruelty? Is that it? I'm pretty sure that's it. And then it's make thick my blood, something about remorse. And then at some point she starts talking about breasts, I remember that. Is it something like take my milk? Yeah, there's definitely something about taking milk, and then we go on to come thick night and Palvi and the dullest smoke of hell. I always remember that bit. I used to have that speech completely memorised. It's a brilliant speech when she's on top of the battlements calling the evil spirits to come and basically turn her into a murderer. I'd love to see an L-Corps do that, it would be brilliant. Actually, Lady Macbeth generally had some really great speeches in Macbeth. I like Macbeth quite a lot. I won't claim to be like, you know, the greatest Shakespeare fan in all of the world, but I do like Macbeth. It's very fun. She has some brilliant lines. Yes, there's that wonderful bit where she talks about he's trying to chicken out of killing Macduff, and she tells him that as much as she loves her children, if she had promised her husband that she would kill her children, she would take her newborn baby and she would smash its brains open. And she goes into quite graphic detail of how she would murder her children if she had promised her husband that she would. And I'm like, really? You would murder your own children just because you promised your husband that you would? That seems a little bit weird. And she's basically saying that you have to murder Macduff because you promised me you would, and I would murder my own children if I had made that promise to you. And it's kind of quite funny. It's definitely better than Alas Poor Yorick. Where the hell am I going? Where was that guy? He was in that corridor over there, wasn't he? Yes.
Hey, back again, huh? I don't suppose you got any credits to spare.
Okay, let's talk about Mindoir.
I heard you were at Mindoir. I wanted to talk about what you saw.
Why? You think you got something profound to say about it? People tied like prize hogs, locked in cages, clawing and screaming as they're loaded into cargo pods. And we couldn't reach them. The Batarian defenses had us pinned. Dozens died trying to advance. All we could do was watch as they hauled people away. I've been looking for 13 years for something to make that sight go away. What have you got, huh?
Okay, let's not be too nasty to him. Let's just tell him to work with us.
I can't help you if you don't want to be helped. Do you really want to get over what you saw?
What? You think I drink because I like lying in the gutter? If you don't have a better option, just give me 20 credits. A good bottle of whiskey. Enough to stop the dreams.
I mean, I can either just give him the money, or I can be horrible to him, or I can use an intimidate option, which I'm assuming is going to work, but I have to say, that prompt does not fill me with confidence, but okay, let's see what happens.
You want to play the martyr, whine to the other bums. You want to get better, try the Veterans Office. We've got 7 million vets. Someone else has been through this.
You don't want to help? Fine. I'll go to the damn VAO. Got nothing else to do but talk about my feelings. You got a smart mouth, kid. Funny how your mom never mentioned that. If she wants to talk, tell her she can reach me through the Citadel VAO.
Okay, that was easier than I thought it would be. More Renegade points. We've picked up a lot of Renegade points in this part. Okay, approximately 85 lift rides later, and we have made it back to the Normandy. You know what? I wonder how many lift journeys I actually had to take during this entire part. I will be able to count them when I'm watching the recording back, I've realised. The Citadel is ridiculous for the amount of lifts there are. And none of them are quick either, they're all slow. Like, you go in, and you have to wait a few seconds while the door very slowly closes, and then you have to wait a few more seconds while it thinks about actually moving, and then it starts to move really slowly, then it speeds up a little bit, and then you have to wait there for about a minute and a half, and then it starts to slow down a little bit, and then it comes to a stop, and then you have to wait a few more seconds. It's a very long, involved process. I will have to say that like 90% of your time spent on the Citadel is spent just standing in lifts. Okay, so I think we're going to hold this off here for today. This has been another Citadel episode, but I think this will be the last Citadel episode. I don't think the Citadel... I mean, we will have to come back. Yes, we will have to come back like a couple of times, but it won't be enough to warrant having an entire part dedicated to it. We are pretty much finished with the Citadel now. So next time... I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'm gonna go and do some exploring. I'm gonna go and do that mission that cropped up on the moon that Admiral Hackett talked to us about. I'm gonna go and investigate the Hades Gamma Cluster, because pretty much every time I stepped into one of those lifts, it started yelling at me about things that are going on in the Hades Gamma Cluster. So, you know, I think it wants me to go to the Hades Gamma Cluster. I don't know how much of that I'm gonna show off. Like... I'll show off anything that seems interesting, but like, yeah, if I showed you every single planet that I have to go and explore, that would get really boring really quickly. So, I mean, I'll show you a bit of it. Next time may just be an exploration mission. But then I think the time after that, we're probably going to go and do Theros, I think. I think it's time to start moving the main plot forward a little bit. And we'll go and tackle Theros first, because I think... As far as I remember, Novaria is a bit tougher than Theros, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. So, we'll try and be a bit higher level when we go and tackle Novaria. So, next part, probably some exploration, then we'll go and do Theros, and then we'll see where we go from there. But until then, I shall leave you with this fabulous view of the Normandy, and I shall say farewell.